Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm gonna finally get around to make another video. This video is gonna be about countering the straight punches and kind of just general strategy for fighting almost, how everybody's a spammer basically now. It's just to be able to get you to win some more fights. And I'm gonna show you like which stance and which punches you want to use to nullify that and kind of gas them out. Doesn't always work, but it often does. You'll win a lot more fights if you kind of work on this stuff. So basically the key of it all is you're going to be a southpaw versus orthodox or vice versa, right? Because you want your power hand side on their power hand side, which will be their straight. And early in the fight, you want to throw one punch at a time, maybe two. You want to try to get them to throw as many punches as possible, and you're only going to throw on the same side as their straight. So you can throw a straight to the body, a hook to the body. Sometimes you can throw a hook to the head, but that's better for later on. So we're going to, and never go forward. Like, see how I miss a punch? I'm still flat-footed. That's really the main key is early fight, no combos, no going forward towards them. We're always going to be circling to their jab hand side, which would be away from their straight. We're going to try and make them throw as many punches as possible early in the fight. So, because our goal is to go to round 5, and that's kind of where our fight will start. If they get knocked out earlier, then okay, but we're not trying to knock them out. We're not going to get in a big firefight. We're just basically going to try and counter those straights, right? There is some stepping you can do. I'm going to actually make that another video, but again, right here is kind of focus on throwing on the same side. So you'd be southpaw, level up your straight to the body, your left hook to the body, and like a left hook to the head would be good too. If you switch stances, that will translate to basically being, so if you're southpaw, you have a level 20 straight to the body, that will turn into a level 20 jab from if you switch to orthodox. So that's also very effective for mid-fight to kind of just keep tapping the body with a jab while they're slowing down and they're trying to throw straights. But anyway, there's some other clips too that I should do. Like this guy, he's what I call a head twitch spammer. They twitch their head back every time forward. This is kind of a different video. Shouldn't have had this really in here. But against those guys, a jab to the head, straight to the body is really good technique. But this guy will be done here. So here's a good example. See, I'm moving to his jabs hand side, away from the power. And I'm only going to throw 1 or 2 punches, and that's after he throws his straight, or if I see a good opportunity. So there's a hook to the head. He's going to do the push on me, and like in my other video, we're just going to tap the left stick towards him, and so we'll come slinging right back into him. You might want to check out my first video for that. So I'm going to what I'm doing now, there's going to be a whole fight versus this guy. He's been playing for since the game came out, and he's won a lot of tiles and stuff, and just a hardcore spammer. So we're going to do a whole fight with that, and I'll kind of better explain the strategy and what punches we're going to throw, and here we go. So you'll see I'm not going to come out and throw I'm not going to throw like a jab hook right hand, or I'm not going to be throwing 3-punch combos, and especially I'm not going to be going towards him, especially early fight. I'm going to keep this single punches, maybe 2, but every punch is going to be on the same side as his straight. And you'll see he's trying to set us straight up with these body punches. We're going to ignore those. We're just going to block those. We're going to wait for his straight to come. We're going to hit with our left hand on the same side as his power. So we can ignore all this other this pity pat stuff he's doing because he's setting up his straight. So we're going to wait for that. And I do get clipped a few times. He's super aggressive, and that straight is so overpowered. Sometimes you will go down a couple times, but excuse me, but that's just, part of the game. So we'll see. I'm just kind of letting him do his thing and throw single punches, sometimes 2. Never going to keep flying into him unless I know I've got it. Usually only do that if you're using the straight. It clipped me there. I'm going to keep moving to his jab hand side. Basically, as he's throwing his straight, I'm going to throw my hook or my straight on the same side. And you notice when I do know he's going to hit me, like he steps back and I miss, when I block, I'm not just going to stand there and block. I'm going to tilt my head back and to his jab hand side. And I have another video with that too, that I'll be putting up. This guy fouls every time and quits on me every time, so this fight's not going to do any distance anyway, so I give him some low blows. So this guy's a bitch. So the other thing too is when you're up close, basically the only combo that I like to throw is a jab to the head and then a hook or straight to the body at first. But even it's better just to do single punches like that, right? And you notice I'm staying flat-footed. I'm letting him fly backwards and whiff it straight. So stay flat-footed. You know, if you miss a punch, be standing in the same spot. That's really that's a big key too, because you have to be going forward for him for that back step to really work. So we'll keep moving to his jab hand side. We'll let him whiff some straights. And any, you know, meaningful punches will be our left hand, which will be going to his right hand. So power to power. With that one. With round 2, he's already gassing out. See that? But you got to be careful on missing the punch, especially, well, actually any time. And you notice right there, actually, I threw a right uppercut, and that's completely wrong side against these guys, and I got clipped hard. That's what started my chunk of health going down there. So you notice I don't follow him in. Just let him throw his punches out there. Keep throwing up with my power hand side. Try to get him to throw as much as possible. See, all I do is miss a jab and I'm stunned. See that? So that was a mistake on my part. What I should have done. And what you can do too, you can kind of just let him whiff the whole first round or two if you want. You know, shove him off a little bit. Because like I said, you're not trying to knock them out at all. You're trying to keep your health and your stamina up high and take their stamina down. That's the key for the first 3 or 4 rounds. So as a good rule of thumb, just throw 50 punches the first 2 rounds and keep them single punches, or maybe start with a jab, but in the second punch always on the side of their straight, and then try never to throw on their jab hand side early, especially because they can step back and catch you. So only on your power side to their power side, preferably to the body. So if you're a little bit further out, throw it straight to the body. If you're close up, throw the hook to the body. And then as the fight goes on, they'll be so tired and your stamina will be still pretty good. So you'll be able to basically just you'll see that you'll start stunning them kind of out of the blue, because they'll just be so tired. And actually, I'm a little bit more aggressive than I normally would be in this particular fight here. I would normally just kind of let him whiff, and I wouldn't fire back a lot of these times, but I already know he's only got like 3 or 4 rounds in him. I've fought him so many times. Okay, we let him step back. We dip our head to his jab hand side when we block. Okay, so just let him do his bullshit. Let him miss. And hit him back to the body of the counter. Because I think what really does more, what's more negative to his stamina is not so much my punches. Probably a lot of it is him flying backwards, whiffing those step back straights. So I'm getting kind of wild there, but now his stamina is so depleted, he's just getting rocked just from fighting. Because he basically blew his wad the first 2 rounds. So you see, we're not going to go into him. Keep moving off to his jab hand side. Counter his straight with a straight of our own on the same side as his power hand. All right, if we're close, we'll throw a hook. That was, see that right hook I threw, that was dangerous. If he was fresh, he might have got, did something worse to me. But okay, so that's about it. I think I knock him out this round, round 4. And now I'm kind of starting to open up a little bit more, using my right hand side because I know he's getting tired, but it's still dangerous though. I mean, I like to mix things up. I wouldn't want to just keep throwing freaking straights to the body all fight, but you could actually win like that. You could just you could win that way, but I don't like doing that. So yeah, the goal is just let them, tire themselves out. I actually have another clip I'm going to put up. I'm going to put up like just some clips, kind of go over them. There's good ways you can just kind of feint these guys and shove them, or sometimes clinch and make them just throw a million punches because they're just dying to knock you out that straight, right? Now here you see I go orthodox to orthodox. You see how far less effective it is. So you can do it, but yeah, again, you'd be using the jab to the body and then a hook to the body or hook to the head. But your head is closer to his straight, so you get clipped a lot more if you're orthodox to orthodox. That's why southpaw versus orthodox or vice versa is much better, in my opinion. See, if I kept doing this, I might even lose this fight, So I think I'm going to switch here in a minute. Okay, now you can see that the distance between his straight and my head is further now, so it helps out. That's why the southpaw stance versus the orthodox spammer is really good. I think he just kind of falls down here. I don't know what happens. But so there's another video too about muscle memory. So later in the fight when they're tired, like even if you don't have a certain punch leveled up, let's say like a right uppercut to the body or left uppercut to the body, if you throw those a little bit like later in the fight, they actually do a lot more damage than you would think, because they have what they call muscle group fatigue. It's just built into the game. EA made a video about it. So I noticed a lot of people, they basically just throw only straights the whole fight, right? And I don't know if you probably noticed this when you fought someone that did that, and all of a sudden they start throwing different types of punches, like they hurt bad, right? So, but I know a lot of people, they only throw the same punches because they level them up. They just only throw those punches, but really you can benefit a lot from throwing the other punches sparingly if you... even though they're not leveled up very much or at all. Like I've knocked people down with straight, and I don't level my straight up at all. It's just here and there when they get tired. Like I've knocked people down like quite a bit actually with a straight to the head. I have like 1 green bar on that. So anyway, I'll just keep going. I think he does a push here. We're just going to stick the left stick back at him. So we'll slide back into him. No, we already did that part. So again, I apologize for this, the horrible commentating, but making videos is not my forte or anything. It's not a thing I normally do. But I am good at getting away from this straight spam. Usually if I try, I can go 10 or 12 with anybody, no matter how many wins they have or whatever, how good their spam is. Don't win them all, but at least you don't get frustrated by getting spammed out. So again, the key is stay flat-footed, only throw to their straight side from the opposite stance. That's really the key to it all. And level up your straight and your hook to the body on from the southpaw stance, and try and use that. Okay, so take care. I'm going to make some other videos real quick here and kind of go over like little scenarios. It'll be very short. Should help you out. Take care. Have a good one.